Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is an interesting game. Black Ops 4 was meant to be the 3-year game, a game that was meant to be supported by Treyarch for 3 entire years as opposed to the traditional year or 2 that we've seen in previous Call of Duties. But that didn't happen, obviously. Black Ops 4 is ending its life cycle. It's pretty much finished. It's ending its life cycle as soon as October 25 hits and we get Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And then Treyarch can go ahead and work on Call of Duty 2020. So what this video is me just going through Black Ops 4. We're going to be grading every single aspect of the game, every game mode, all the nitpicks that I have with it. And then we're going to be giving it a final score at the end. As we say goodbye to Black Ops 4, let's talk about the game, let's reminisce on the game that was, and let's welcome in Modern Warfare. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Blank Online, and today we're going to be doing the Black Ops 4 report card, starting off here with Blackout. Alright, Blackout was meant to be the game mode. A lot of my early videos on this channel was me praising Blackout and hyped about Blackout and being excited for what I thought was going to be the tits. But it ended up not being the tits. Blackout was a mixture of a multitude of different things. It kept the realism and the grittiness of a battle royale such as PUBG, mixed in the gameplay and the how well Call of Duty does gunplay. And then it also tried to be a bit of Fortnite, but not necessarily. Well, it kind of did. It's more. I'd look at Blackout more of a PUBG Call of Duty mix. The thing with Blackout though, the thing that I didn't like about Blackout was how jarring it was. It wasn't a game mode, at least to me, and I know that I'm definitely in the minority here, but at least to me, Blackout wasn't a game mode where I could sit down, kick back, and casually play. When I launch into a game of Blackout and I'm dropping into the map, I'm thinking, fuck, I have a lot to do here. I've got to get my weapon. I've got to get the right ammo for that weapon. I've got to get my attachments. I've got to get my gear. I've got to get my perks. I've got to get all my trauma kits. I've got to do all of this shit just so that I can enjoy the game. And once I do have all of that stuff, then I can go, then I can start killing people, then I can enjoy the game. And that's not necessarily what I enjoy about a battle royale. For me at least, a battle royale is meant to be a game mode where you can just kick back, enjoy, jump into the map, land in a spot, and do whatever the fuck you want. Pick up your guns and go fucking kill some people. That's what Fortnite does so well. And I know a lot of people hate on Fortnite, and I have been a victim of those people that hate on Fortnite. But the thing they do really, really fucking well is that they let people just come in, play the game, enjoy the game. You don't have to be the best builder, but if you can press R2 to build a wall, then you're sweet, right? And I know Fortnite has turned into a sweat fest, and there's a lot of people that as soon as they hear gunshots, they crank their 90s and they do whatever. But at least to me, and I've said that a lot, Fortnite is a more casual, enjoyable game to me when I compare it to a game like Blackout. And I think that's the problem that I had with Blackout, and I think that's the problem that Blackout has. When Call of Duty goes further and rumors has it that Modern Warfare is going to have a battle royale, I hope that they make that battle royale not as jarring. Because if you think of a casual gamer, and if you think of something like someone who has experienced PUBG or someone who's experienced Fortnite and they're coming to play Blackout, in my opinion, I believe that they will find the experience jarring because they have to find a weapon, right? They have to find the ammo for that weapon. They have to do all this shit in order for them to enjoy the game, and that's not necessarily what I guess casual gamers want out of their battle royale. And as I said, going forward with Modern Warfare, I hope that they make it more appealing to be a lot more attractive to casual gamers. And it's not saying that I wouldn't say that I'm a casual gamer. I would say that I'm just someone who doesn't really, I don't want to be switched on all the time. I don't want to feel like I'm playing competitive Call of Duty all the time. So in a sense, that's kind of what Blackout makes me feel like. It makes me feel like I'm not enjoying the game because I'm thinking too much about playing the game. That's one of my biggest criticisms about Modern Warfare, and it's one of my biggest criticisms here about Blackout. overall, I think that Blackout had the right ambition. I think that it had the right idea, and I think that the idea of mixing Battle Royale with the classic gameplay of Call of Duty is a super dope one. And I think that for a lot of people it did work, and a lot of people did enjoy Blackout. But the thing is that it couldn't really keep up, I guess. The development team couldn't really keep up in updating the game mode to have new weapons and new map locations and stuff like that. Yes, there was different map changes and all that sort of stuff, but it didn't happen as frequently as I think that a lot of people wanted it to. I think that it didn't, I don't know, there just wasn't too much. Like, there wasn't anything like in Fortnite where you have live events or elements in the map that create a story. Blackout was kind of just there. So I think that in a sense of that, it kind of failed, but also in the sense of creating a good Battle Royale game, especially when you compare it to a lot of the other, for lack of a better term, shit Battle Royales that there are right now. Blackout is still definitely one of the better ones. It's just not for me, and I think that really sways my opinion on the game mode. And overall, I think I'll give it a C. A C. Yeah, fuck it. C. Fuck you, Blackout. Fucking shit. Next game that we're going to be talking about here is Zombies. Zombies was interesting. We had both the Ether storyline and we had the Chaos storyline. I don't tout myself as the best Zombies player. I don't even tout myself as a good Zombies player, but I do enjoy the story, and I do enjoy what Treyarch does with Zombies and what they have been doing with Zombies. The thing with Black Ops 4 Zombies, however, is that I think that Activision saw the opportunity to cash in on nostalgia, and the reason I say that is because the game released with 4 maps. So you had the 2 Chaos storylines maps, you had fucking something on the boat, and then you had 9, I don't know what the boat map's called, I don't fucking play Chaos. And then you had the 2 Ether storylines, you had fucking, what's that called, Blood of the Dead. No, we didn't have Blood. Did we have Blood of the Dead? I don't even fucking know. What did we have? No, it was Blood of the Dead. Yeah, it was Blood of the Dead. We had Blood of the Dead, and then we had the 5 remake. I don't even remember what that's called. But we had 4 maps at launch. And I think that the big thing with Zombies, especially when I jumped on Zombies first, the question was, what the fuck do I play first? Do I play the new Chaos storyline? Do I continue with the Ether storyline? Like, what do I do? There was a lot of customization in Zombies, and they changed a lot in terms of like elixirs and perks and that sort of stuff. The thing with it though is that I think that Treyarch's goal with Zombies was to not create the same, like, they didn't want people to have the same experience over and over again, which is why they allowed players to choose what perks they ran with and that sort of stuff. But then in saying that, people will just keep running the same perks over and over again, which really eliminates their decision to get rid of like Juggernog and Speakholder and that sort of stuff. So in that sense, that didn't really work. It was a cool little feature, but it didn't really work because eventually people would just revert to the same 4 perks again. They changed the Gobblegums to elixirs, and to be honest, I don't really use elixirs all that much. I know that a lot of people do when they do Easter eggs and stuff like that, but for me personally, when I play on Zombies, I'm not really looking to do Easter eggs. I'm just looking to have fun and survive a couple waves of zombies, because that's all I can survive is a couple of waves. I didn't really use them, so in a sense that didn't really work. I like the weapon customization in the game. I liked how everyone had like a specialist weapon essentially. That was pretty cool. I think that a lot of Zombies fans didn't really enjoy that, but for me personally, just as a casual fan, I thought that was pretty dope to have in the game. And overall, I think that with the DLCs that came out with Zombies, so obviously you had the two Chaos maps afterwards in DLCs 1 and 2, which I didn't play again because I didn't really care. And then you had the 2 Ether maps that released after that, 3 and 4. So you had the Nuketown remake, and then you had the Call of the Dead remake. Going back to what I said at the start of this whole Zombies point, is that Activision really banked on the nostalgia of players to push the DLC forward, and that's exactly what they did, because they released 2 Chaos maps at the start, DLCs 1 and 2, and whether you like to believe it or not, that Chaos story pretty much flopped and no one really cared about it. And then when they saw how much praise they got with Blood of the Dead and the 5 remake, and they're like, oh shit, let's just fucking pump out more remakes. So they remade Nuketown Zombies and they remade Call of the Dead, which was DLCs 3 and 4. Black Ops 4 didn't have an original Ether story map. You can argue that they did have original maps with the Chaos storyline, and that makes sense, and that's 100% valid, but they didn't have an original map for the Ether storyline. Yes, they were reimaginings. Yes, there was new stuff in each of those maps. In the new Blood of the Dead, the 5 remake, was the next one, Nuketown Zombies, and Alpha Omega, and then Noctur something, Noctur Tug, or fucking whatever. There was new elements in each of those maps, but essentially they were the same map. So really, Zombies this year was, I would say it was okay. I wouldn't say it was as good as Black Ops 3. I think Black Ops 3 Zombies was the best Zombies that we've gotten. It wasn't as good as that year, but it definitely was still okay. So I would give Black Ops 4 Zombies a C+. Let's move into the big boy multiplayer. Multiplayer. Where do I start with Black Ops 4's multiplayer? I guess I'll start with the core gameplay elements. I like Black Ops 4's core gameplay elements. I like the healing system, and I wish that returned in Modern Warfare. I really liked it, even though I think a lot of people got annoyed, especially early on in the game, where people were just using armor and stuff like that, and then eventually it moved on to people using stim, so that they can heal faster. I think that stim adds a tactical element to the multiplayer, and then good players will use it, bad players will just forget about it and not use it, or whatever that might be. I think the healing system in Black Ops 4 was really dope, and I wish that it returned in Modern Warfare. I feel like the gunplay and the time to kill in Black Ops 4 was fair enough. I liked what they did with a lot of the weapons. I do feel like there was, I don't know, there was a lot of problems with just, I guess randomness and consistency with gunplay and stuff like that, which is fair enough. Like, no game's gonna be perfect, but obviously that sort of stuff annoyed me a bit in this game. But other than that, man, like Black Ops 4's game, like if you strip away everything and you just look at how the game plays, the multiplayer was pretty dope. I think the score streaks in this game were pretty dope as well. They weren't the most amazing thing, and they also weren't the worst thing in the world, so they were just okay, and they got us by this entire year. I think the specialist in this game was the biggest letdown, in my opinion, because the thing is, Black Ops 4 specialists were just recycled Black Ops 3 specialists. Whether you like to believe it or not, and I know that a lot of Treyarch fans want to say that I don't know, that there are some original specialists, but most of the specialists in Black Ops 4 are exactly the same as they were in Black Ops 3, just less futuristic, because Black Ops 4 is meant to be set before the events of Black Ops 3. So what do we say about specialists? I say they were okay as well. They weren't amazing and they weren't groundbreaking, but they weren't bad either. There was enough variety in there to make you kind of choose different ones in different games. Obviously everyone had their favorite, and eventually as the events went by, we got pretty much all the specialists back that we had in Black Ops 3. But the variety was there, and that was good. So the specialists were okay as well. I think the maps that we got in Black Ops 4 were okay. There were a lot of remake maps, and I think that the remake maps were really fun. The original maps were okay, and the DLC maps were pretty garbage. So maps were just okay as well. Other than that, the guns in this game were the biggest disappointment, rather the lack thereof weapons in this game. I made a video, I can't remember. I made a video earlier this year outlining exactly how many weapons were in each category, how many weapons were in Black Ops 4, and how many weapons we had in total compared to recent Call of Duties. Surprisingly, and I say that very sarcastically, Black Ops 4 had less weapons than any Call of Duty we've seen before. And that doesn't shock me, because it's clear to see that a lot of the weapons were stripped out of the game and re-released as DLC. So we'll get more into microtransactions in a second, but the amount and lack thereof weapons in this game was very disappointing, and something that I don't want to see moving forward in Modern Warfare and games after that. I think there was a lot less variety in this game, which made the game a lot less replayable. Eventually you just kept using the same 5 weapons over and over again, and eventually you'll run out of new stuff to do because you'll max out the weapon level of all the weapons up to prestige 2, and you'll get all the camos and all the attachments, and then what the fuck do you do from there? Do you just wait for DLC weapons to come out? Or Treyarch, what you should have done is just add more into your fucking game. Moving forward from that, there's nothing really else to point out, to be honest with you. Black Ops 4 was really just Black Ops 3.5, just less futuristic and I guess without fucking, what's it called, advanced movement, which was good. I'm glad that Black Ops 4 moved away from advanced movement and followed World War II and staying away from that whole thing. We had our fun with jetpacks, and it's now time to stop. Let's get into what I'm guessing a lot of people want to hear me talking about, and that's microtransactions. You all know my thoughts about microtransactions here in Black Ops 4. You know that I think it's fucking garbage. The battle pass system's fucking garbage, the supply drops are fucking garbage, and the post-launch monetization of this whole entire fucking game is fucking garbage. The Black Ops pass is a scam. We only got 4 DLCs when we were pretty much meant to get a 3-year game, and in those 4 DLCs we got 2 pretty okay zombies maps in the remakes of Nuketown and Call of the Dead, and then the 2 zombies maps that were pretty fucking shit with Chaos Story, and then the multiplayer DLC maps, which were also pretty fucking shit besides the remakes that they did, like WMD and Grind. Other than that, the blackjack shop and all that sort of stuff, there was some cool stuff. I'll admit there were some cool bundles and stuff like that that they offered us in that entire thing. It sucks that a lot of the stuff was for Blackout. In a multiplayer in-game store, a lot of the fucking cosmetic items were for Blackout, which really fucking pissed me off, because I was like, well, why the fuck would I pay for it if I'm not even gonna be able to use it in the game mode that I primarily fucking play? So what the fuck, Treyarch? The microtransaction system in Black Ops 4 was absolutely fucking garbage. I'd say it was on par with Black Ops 3 or worse. Or worse, it was fucking garbage. Like, what the fuck was going on there? I don't think Treyarch wanted to do it. I think that Activision made them do it, but whatever. What the fuck was that? Alright, just no. I'm so glad that we're not getting post-launch DLC weapons, that you had to fucking no loot boxes or anything like that fucking shit in Modern Warfare, because it pissed me off in Black Ops 4. Like, seriously, what the fuck was that? Okay, let me simmer down a little bit. Yeah, like, it was garbage. Like, I don't understand. Like, I will admit, I did not put money into this game. I refused to use my credit card and buy COD points for this game. I had COD points when I got the Prestige Edition or the Mystery Box Edition of Black Ops 4, so I had that and I used that throughout the whole year. That 2000 or whatever I had, that lasted me throughout this whole entire year, and I don't think I want it to last me anymore. I do like, however, how the Battle Pass system eventually gave you supply drops and gave you reserves and stuff like that, so you can then open stuff and maybe get a DLC weapon or a really nice camo. I like how they did that sort of stuff there. I don't like, however, how the battle pass was based on time to play, because there was no real indicator on how fast or how slow you're progressing through the entire thing, and with it being purely based on time played, I don't know, it's kind of hard for a lot of people, I guess the majority of people who play Call of Duty, to actually complete the battle pass, because not everyone has 50 hours to pump into the game, because roughly it takes an hour to tier up in Black Ops 4, so roughly you need about 50 hours to complete a 50 tier battle pass, and that's pretty unrealistic for a lot of people, including myself. Even though I'm a Call of Duty YouTuber, I have a fucking life, so I can't be sitting on my ass for 50 hours just to unlock a fucking Peacekeeper. I'm not gonna do that, and the fact that Treyarch thought that was a good idea is ridiculous. I think I'm done with multiplayer. Multiplayer was good gameplay wise, everything else okay. Specialists were okay, maps were okay, microtransactions were fucking shit, and it was pretty much just a recycled Call of Duty Black Ops 3. So multiplayer, I'll give it a B. I'll say it's better than Zombies and Blackout, but it wasn't amazing. It was just, yeah, it's there. So to summarize my thoughts on Call of Duty Black Ops 4, it was interesting. I think that Black Ops 4 had a lot of potential to be more, especially with Blackout and especially with zombies. It had a lot of potential to be more. I feel like multiplayer definitely suffered a lot with the emphasis on Blackout. And I understand that Battle Royale is a massive game mode and a massive way to earn money, but also don't forget the roots of your franchise, which is multiplayer, which Treyarch pretty much did. With Black Ops 4 being Black Ops 3.5 without jetpacks, it's hard to give it more than... It's hard to give Black Ops 4 more than a C+. Collating all my opinions and kind of gathering all my thoughts on this game, it's really disappointing to be at the end of Black Ops 4's life cycle and say it was just okay, because there was so much potential with this game. There was so many ways it could have been more than what it was, and what we ended up getting wasn't the best thing. I think that Treyarch definitely suffered from Activision like really smacking their titties around and saying, look motherfucker, you're gonna put microtransactions in our game and you're gonna fucking like it. Like, they really got the dick on that one. But in saying that, Activision can't make Treyarch create Black Ops 3.5. Treyarch did that on their own accord, and the fact that we had a multiplayer without a campaign, so we had no real basis onto where we are, who our factions are, and why the fuck we should even care, really didn't help the cause either, which is why Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is, in my opinion, just a C+. But that's my opinion. Let me know yours in the comments down below. What do you think about Black Ops 4? Let me know your grading for Blackout multiplayer zombies. Leave it down below, and then your overall grade at the end of it as well. Maybe if you want to elaborate a little bit more, I'll be happy to read and respond to you guys. Click subscribe if you're new around here. Click the like button if you enjoyed. This is probably my last Black Ops 4 video, unless I feel like coming back to this game later on down the track. It's been an interesting year. I didn't post videos throughout the whole year because I fucking hated the microtransactions, and it really just turned me off playing this game. But hopefully, with no loot boxes or anything like that with Modern Warfare, we can stay on track throughout the whole year. I'll see you guys then in my next video, and I'll see you guys... Wait, I just said that twice. I'm fucking delusional. Alright, bye. I'm turning the fucking microphone off. Shit.
She wanna know my real name.